Hey, let me quote to you from the Allenstown, New Hampshire town history. Physically, the history says, physically he was perfect. And the early muscular training he received was of much benefit at times during his ministry. Yeah, this beautiful specimen of manhood was a minister. In fact, he was the pastor of the Methodist Episcopal Church here. His name was the Reverend Henry Harrison Hartwell, HHH. And the stories of his prowess could make an entire television series. He was quite a guy. He was born in Hillsborough, New Hampshire, 1819, that's how long ago. He was the eldest of 11 kids, 6 of whom died in infancy. The family was dirt poor, and in fact, when he was 8 years old, Henry was sent to live with friends of the family in Vermont. He was very close to his mom, and it was a full 8 years before he ever saw her again. He grew to be a big and handsome man and strong, and he was funny and a student of human nature, and he was moral. He was wholly against and spoke out against slavery his whole life. When he was 18, he became a lay minister. He had a forceful way of speaking and a peculiar manner, they said, that people liked a lot. In his lifetime, he became the minister in churches in Somersworth, that is in Rochester, Newmarket, Manchester, Nashville, Lowell, Lawrence, Portsmouth. In 1867, he came here to Allenstown. And aside from his ministry, he was Justice of the Peace, tax collector, superintendent of schools, chairman of the selectmen. One story about the Reverend Hartwell is that he once spoke at a temperance meeting, and he upset 3 of the men that were present there, and they were going to teach him a lesson. They were going to pound him good. Boys, the Reverend said, I don't want to soil my ministerial coat, so please allow me to take it off. And then he took his coat off and he dropped it, and before it hit the ground, he knocked the largest man to the ground. He then KO'd the second man, and then he said to the third, David, he said, if I strike you, you will never rise without help. David, for his part, backed off, shook his hand, and then the 2 men got the others up, and they washed the blood off, and they helped them home. And for the rest of their lives, every time these men met, they would relive that day, and they would laugh themselves silly. And that's just one of hundreds of stories of this remarkable man.